When the whole world was confused between SUVs and electric cars, Jeep made a move that no one even noticed. No big launch event, no flashy campaign, just silence. And in that silence, an EV was born that can not only tear through mountains, but can also change the entire off-road game without making a sound. The name is Jeep Recon EV. Imagine a vehicle that has the rough and tough spirit of the Jeep Wrangler, but with an ultra-modern battery pack at its heart, instead of an engine and power that can conquer forests, sand, and snow without a single rumble. And the biggest thing, this is not a concept. It is going to become a reality. Leaked videos and spy shots on social media have already created a stir. But the question still remains, when will this silent revolution finally resonate on the roads? Will it be able to compete with Tesla's Cybertruck? And is this the moment when Jeep is going to start its next big EV legacy? Why will this Jeep Recon EV shake up the entire electric market? And what technology is used in it, which is being discussed in the global market? And yes, before moving on to the video, do subscribe to the channel so that you can be the first to see such explosive updates. Before knowing about Jeep's market-shaking electric vehicle, Recon EV, let's go back a bit and see what is the current position of Jeep in the market. Because when we talk about the EV entry of a brand, it becomes important to know how the performance of that company has been so far and where it stands in the EV race right now. So, let's take a look at the situation of Jeep. Jeep, which is a part of the Stellantis group, has always been known for its strong off-roading vehicles like Wrangler, Grand Cherokee, Compass, and Renegade. But if we talk about 2024 sales, Jeep sold around 1.2 million vehicles globally last year, i.e., in 2023. Out of these, about 6.8 lakh units were sold in the US alone, which shows that Jeep still has a very strong hold in North America. However, this figure is slightly lower than before, as Jeep is facing some challenges in the transition from internal combustion engine to EV. Now, if we talk about the EV segment, then Jeep's situation is a bit different there. Jeep has not yet become a full-fledged EV company, but it is slowly moving on that path. Jeep has not yet launched a fully electric model, meaning a vehicle that has only a battery-powered system, but it has entered the EV space through plug-in hybrid models. Like the Wrangler 4xe and Grand Cherokee 4xe, both of these are Jeep's plug-in hybrid vehicles, which have become quite popular in the US, especially the Wrangler 4xe, which became the best-selling plug-in hybrid in the US in 2022 and 2023. This means that Jeep customers are still ready to adopt hybrid technology between traditional petrol, diesel, and EV. But if you are wondering whether Jeep has a full-on EV lineup like brands like Tesla, BYD, or Ford, then the answer is not yet. And this is what makes the Recon EV so special. This is going to be Jeep's first fully battery-powered EV. That is, there will be no need for petrol in it. This is Jeep's move to compete with vehicles like Tesla Cybertruck, Rivian R1S, and Ford F-150 Lightning. Now, it is also worth noting that Jeep has not yet entered the EV market as fast as other companies have. But this is probably a part of their thinking. Jeep's positioning has always been around adventure, heritage, and ruggedness. In such a situation, if they bring an EV, it should also be like Jeep, that is, not only electric, but also powerful, reliable, and unmatched in off-roading. And Recon EV is the result of that thinking. Stellantis Group is also paying more attention to EVs now. The company has announced that it is planning to bring more than 50% electric vehicles in its total vehicle portfolio by 2030. This clearly means that in the coming years, a brand like Jeep will also have to completely lean towards EV. And perhaps Recon EV is the first real glimpse of that mission. Jeep's silent revolution, the conspiracy behind the silence of Recon EV. When it comes to a big car company like Jeep, people expect that if something new is coming, there will definitely be a big launch event, big advertisements will be run, and a lot of noise will be made on social media beforehand. But this time, Jeep has done something that is not only against people's thinking, but is also shocking the entire EV industry. Yes, we are talking about Jeep Recon EV, an electric SUV that is being prepared silently, without any noise. And in this silence is hidden the biggest trick of Jeep. Now the question arises, why did a company as popular as Jeep, who has been considered the king of off-roading for a long time, do this quietly? No big auto show, no crazy teasers, no explosive social media campaigns, just a few leaked images, some spy shots, and a couple of old interviews. But that is what makes this whole story the most interesting. Jeep has deliberately kept the Recon EV hype-free. Why? Because this vehicle is not made just for show. It is made to change the game. Jeep knows that the more noise is made in the EV market these days, the faster people's expectations are dashed. Many companies make big claims, show flashy prototypes, but when the production model arrives, it does not give the same excitement as before. Jeep probably did not want to repeat the same mistake. That is why they kept the Recon EV grounded. No overhype, no unrealistic promises, just a clear intention to bring an EV that is equipped with future technology while retaining Jeep's off-roading heritage. The other advantage of this silent strategy is that it increases curiosity immensely. When people get little information about something, they tend to find out for themselves, looking for spy shots, discussing forums, looking for leaked videos on Reddit or YouTube. Jeep knows very well that the things that are not revealed are the most talked about. And that is Jeep's silent masterstroke. It wants people to discover the Recon EV, talk about it, and when the vehicle is officially revealed, people are already emotionally invested. The battery pack that beats like a heart, powertrain and range. When we talk about the Jeep Recon EV, one of the most important things is its battery pack, which beats like a heart to the whole system. And this is no ordinary battery. It is the result of Jeep's next-generation thinking, which offers a great combination of power, reliability, and performance. Battery is everything in an EV. The more its capacity, the more the range, and the better the power management, the more powerful the experience. Jeep understood this very well while building the Recon EV, and hence it has been given an ultra-modern lithium-ion battery pack, which is based on the new STLA frame platform from Stellantis. The special thing about this platform is that it is specially designed for large SUVs and trucks, meaning its structure is not only strong, but it is also fully prepared to accommodate a large battery pack. According to reports, you can get a battery with a capacity of more than 100 kW in the Jeep Recon EV, which will enable it to give a real-world range of about 400 miles, about 640 kilometers, on a single charge. And this is not just a lab-tested range. This is the range that can survive on real roads, off-road, highway, and mixed driving. Now, if we talk about its powertrain, i.e. motor and delivery system, then it has a dual-motor setup, meaning there will be electric motors on both the front and rear axles. This setup makes it an AWD, i.e. all-wheel drive system, which is considered perfect for off-roading. This means that in the Recon EV, power can be given to each tire as per the need, so that it can easily go through sand, snow, mud, and hilly roads, that too without any rumbling or need for a petrol engine. Talking about torque, this is the biggest plus point in electric vehicles, because here the torque comes to full power as soon as the engine starts. The estimated torque of the Jeep Recon EV can be around 650 newtons, due to which this vehicle can go very comfortably even on heavy trails, climbs, and slippery areas. And this takes it way ahead of the old petrol-diesel-powered Wranglers, where you had to rev for power. In terms of acceleration, the Recon EV is expected to accelerate from 0 to 100 km/h in less than 5 seconds. This figure is quite powerful for an off-roading vehicle, especially when you consider that this vehicle does not fly in the air, but is made of weight and strength. This means a balance of both power and speed. Now, talking about the real-world range, as EV users know, the more off-roading you do, the more battery you consume. But the Jeep Recon EV has been designed keeping this in mind. It will have an energy regeneration system, regen braking, which will allow the car to charge the battery while braking. Also, eco-driving modes can also be found in it, which can reduce or increase the battery usage according to the need. That means if you are on the highway, then more range, and if you are on the trails, then more power. Jeep has also said that the Recon EV will have fast charging support so that you can get a range of up to 100 kilometers in about 10 to 15 minutes. That means even if you have to stop during long drives, it will not take much time. And as far as the reliability of the battery is concerned, Jeep is testing it like a vehicle used in a military mission is tested, that is, in mud, water, dust, heat, snow, and every difficult environment where the vehicle is really tested. The battery system on the Jeep Recon EV is no ordinary technology. It is the heart of the mission Jeep is building for its EV future. The combination of power, range, speed, and reliability is something no other electric SUV can offer. And that is what sets this vehicle apart from the likes of the Tesla Cybertruck and the Ford Bronco EV. Head up, silent, but fully charged from within. The soul of the Wrangler. The body of the future. Design and identity. The first thought that comes to your mind when you see the Jeep Recon EV for the first time is, hey, it looks like a Wrangler. And that is its biggest specialty. Because the Recon EV is not just a new vehicle, it is an attempt to present an old legacy in a new way. Jeep has tried to touch the soul of its most iconic model, the Wrangler, while creating this EV. And this is the reason why seeing the Recon EV ignites a familiar spark in the hearts of Jeep lovers. Now, talking about its design, the look of the Recon EV is completely rugged and muscular, exactly as we expect from Jeep. Wide body, big tires, square-shaped windows, and high ground clearance, all these remind of the off-roading DNA that has been the identity of vehicles like Wrangler. But, along with this, when you look closely, there are many design elements in it that make it completely different and futuristic from other EVs. First of all, talking about its face, i.e. front design, it has Jeep's classic 7-slot grille, which is considered the identity of the company. But the twist is that this grille is no longer functional because EVs do not need that much engine cooling. This grille is now purely cosmetic, but its look was very important to maintain the identity of Jeep. The sleek LED headlights that surround it give it a very futuristic appeal, a mix of tradition and the future. The most important thing about the Recon EV is that it also has removable doors and roof panels, just like the Wrangler. This feature is part of Jeep's adventurous spirit, and now it's carried over to the EV. Imagine an electric vehicle that you can remove the doors and go on an open-air trail. It's the same cool idea that Jeep has been following for decades. But this time, all this will happen without any smoke or noise. Talking about the side profile, the large all-terrain tires and wide wheel arches make it a powerful off-roader. It also has flat body panels, square window frames, and strong skid plates, which keep it ready for rough terrains. But along with this, aerodynamic design elements have also been smartly included in it, so that its range and performance as an EV is not affected. Now talking about the interior design, Jeep has made the Recon EV very practical and tech-savvy from inside as well. In this, you get a large touchscreen infotainment system which runs on Jeep's new user interface. It has special things like trail maps, off-road guidance, terrain select modes which are directly related to trekking and adventure. Also, the dashboard and cabin design has been kept in such a way that it not only looks strong, but also looks futuristic. Things like premium materials, digital display, and wireless connectivity make it a high-tech EV. Jeep has also kept sustainability in mind in the Recon EV. Recyclable materials have been used in many places in its interior. This means that Jeep is no longer just talking about crossing forests, but also about saving them. And this thinking is reflected in the design of this EV. Now, if you compare this vehicle with other EVs like Tesla Model Y or Rivian R1S, then you will realize that Jeep Recon EV has brought a different level of design. While other EVs have a sleek and city-focused look, Recon EV is made for forests, mountains, and open skies. Its look says, "I am not made to stand in the showroom. Take me to the trails." The design of the Jeep Recon EV salutes the spirit of the Wrangler, but presents it in an all-new body, in a very future-ready style. This is the identity of Jeep, its attitude and its adventurous heart, now beating to the beats of the battery. Global strategy. Where will this EV be launched? Now that there is so much discussion about the Jeep Recon EV, a big question is arising in everyone's mind. Is this cool-looking electric SUV only for the people of America, or will people in the rest of the world also get a chance to drive it? And is this just a vehicle, or has Jeep now planned to enter the EV world completely? First of all, let's talk about America, because Jeep's real stronghold is there. The identity of the Jeep brand is built from America itself, especially due to vehicles like the Wrangler. So it is certain that the Recon EV will be launched first in America. People there are so accustomed to the old rough and tough avatar of Jeep that if the same thing is found in EV now, then they will definitely be excited, especially for those who like off-roading but are fed up with petrol and diesel. But Jeep's plan is not limited to America only. Stellantis Group, which is the parent company of Jeep, has already made it clear that its aim is to spread EVs all over the world. According to Stellantis' strategy, it wants to make more than 50% of global sales from electric vehicles by 2030, including all its brands. And Jeep, which is its strongest SUV brand, is going to play a big role in this. Now talking about Europe, here Jeep is already selling its plug-in hybrid models like Compass 4xe and Renegade 4xe, and people have also liked them a lot. Environmental rules are very strict in Europe, and people there are also very aware about EVs. In such a situation, it will be a smart move for Jeep to bring Recon EV to Europe. And anyway, Stellantis has many factories in Europe, which makes EV production possible there. As far as Asia is concerned, Jeep is also eyeing markets like India, China, and Japan. In a country like India, the EV infrastructure is a little weak right now, but as the charging stations increase and the understanding of EVs increases, the market will open up for such high-end EVs as well. Jeep already has models like the Compass in India, so one day there may come a day when a special edition of the Recon EV will be launched in India as well. Now let's talk about the depth of Jeep's EV strategy. Is Recon EV a single project, or is a whole EV series being prepared under its guise? Actually, Jeep Recon EV is not a single vehicle. Stellantis has already announced that Jeep is working on 4 new all-electric SUVs. The names of Recon EV and Wagoneer S have already come out among these four. This clearly means that Jeep no longer wants to be limited to just plug-in hybrid. It is ready to enter the zero-emission EV segment completely. Wagoneer S is being considered as Jeep's luxury electric SUV, which can compete with EVs like Tesla Model X. On the other hand, Recon EV is for those who put adventure and ruggedness above everything else. That is, Jeep is planning to target every kind of EV customer, whether it is a stylish user who drives in the city or a hardcore off-roader who goes to the mountains. Jeep's Recon EV is not just a new vehicle, but a new beginning, an era where Jeep is combining its off-road heritage with an electric future. The US is the first destination, but Europe and Asia are also its next stops. And if everything goes according to plan, every second Jeep vehicle running on the road could be electric in the next few years. Launch timeline and price. When will this dream become a reality? First of all, talking about the launch date, Jeep has not yet shown the full production unit of the Recon EV, but Stellantis Group has recently confirmed that the official launch of the Jeep Recon EV can happen by the end of 2025. That is, it will be seen in the showroom and on the roads in the US in the last few months of this year. The estimates that were being made in early 2025 have been delayed a bit, perhaps due to battery supply, production line, or testing. But a statement from Jeep has come that the Recon E is now in the final phase, and production preparations are almost complete. Now talking about pre-orders, it was expected that the pre-order window would open in 2024 itself, but Jeep postponed it. According to the latest information, pre-orders for the Recon EV are now likely to start in the third quarter of 2025, i.e., between July-September. Jeep is currently focused on production readiness and certification, especially in the US and Europe segments. Now the biggest question, how much will it cost? So brother, it's simple. The Recon EV is not a normal budget car. This is Jeep's premium off-road EV mission. According to reports and leaked dealership documents, the starting price of the Jeep Recon EV can start at around $59,195 USD, and its high-end trims can go above $75,000 USD. This means that this EV is coming to compete directly with the Tesla Cybertruck, dual tri-motor variant, Rivian R1S, and Ford Bronco EV. That is, it is targeting a high-end adventure EV segment. Jeep is well aware that its customer base doesn't just want a stylish EV. They want a reliable, tough, and all-terrain capable vehicle. That's why the Recon EV is not only including range and screen, but also removable doors, high ground clearance, AWD system, and trail-ready features. And these advanced features are the reason for its higher price. Now, the question arises, will this EV be limited to America only? So looking at Jeep's global plan, this EV will first launch in North America, but it is also likely to enter Europe and Asia in 2026. There is no confirmation of launch in markets like India yet, but if Jeep gets the EV infrastructure and government subsidies right here, maybe by 2027 to 28, we too could see this revolutionary Jeep on the roads. The Recon EV is no longer a dream. Its face has been revealed, specs have been revealed, and the launch is now just a few months away. This is Jeep's bet that is not only going to shake up the electric SUV market, but is also going to bring the entire off-roading culture into the EV world. The real buzz of the Jeep Recon EV started when its leaked photos and short videos started going viral on social media. Without any big event, without a flashy ad campaign, just a few spy shots and leaked drive clips created such a storm that both EV buyers and auto experts were shocked. People started discussing this vehicle so much on Reddit, Twitter, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram Reels that Jeep itself would not have imagined that their silent strategy would make so much noise. The most discussed topic in the leaked video was the Recon EV's old Jeep look, but emerging with new EV power. People started saying, "It looks like a Wrangler, but there is not a single sound." And this point touched the hearts of the audience. EV buyers are always looking for a product that has performance, style, and also looks new. Recon EV ticks all these three boxes. Auto reviewers have also given a very positive reaction to this EV. On major auto platforms like Car and Driver, Motor Trend, Electrek, and Edmunds, Jeep Recon EV has been given tags like Game Changer, Modern Off-Road King, and Silent Monster. On YouTube, too, many big reviewers like Doug DeMuro and Out of Spec Reviews have described it as more practical than Tesla's Cybertruck in their analysis of its leaked details and specs. Influencers were also not behind, especially on Instagram and TikTok. Interior views of Jeep Recon EV, removable door system, and futuristic front LED DRLs have caught people's attention. People who earlier used to talk only about Tesla or Rivian EVs are now adding Jeep Recon to their wish list. It seems that a new EV star is being born, and that too from a traditional off-roading company like Jeep. Now let's talk about the second question. Can it change the direction of the EV market? Well, yes. Jeep Recon EV is not just another EV SUV. It is giving a completely new message to the market. EVs are not just for smooth and urban rides, but can also be for roaming in the jungles. What Jeep has done is a direct challenge to other off-roading companies. Now think, if an old and petrol-heavy company like Jeep can make an EV that can do off-roading without making any engine noise, then why will other companies stay behind? Ford is already working on the Bronco EV, Rivian has to make its R1S more adventure-friendly, and Tesla now has to fine-tune the rollout of the Cybertruck. Why? Because Jeep is activating a segment that has been missing in EV so far: the pure, outdoor, rugged lifestyle. And if the Recon EV takes off, meaning if people don't just see it in the showroom, but actually use it for off-road trips, then all other companies will have to think twice. Rivian will have to bring more practical and affordable models, Ford will have to make the Bronco EV a reality, and Tesla will have to rework both its design and durability. This is a vehicle that will change the EV market not just from a sales perspective, but from a mindset perspective. It is showing that EVs are not just soft, they can also be tough. And because of this toughness, the Jeep Recon EV is no longer just a vehicle, but a new-age inspiration. If you also want to be the first to get every update on this EV revolution, then do subscribe to the channel.